Good morning. We're here today a special edition of Tuesday New Books. We're going to talk to you today about some books that we received through a grant, a LSTA grant, which stands for the Library Services and Technologies Act. It's the only federal funding made exclusively for libraries, and it's worked through the IMLS, which is the Institute of Museum and Library Services, and administered locally through the Alabama Public Library Service. And just to explain to you, Melissa and I make up the Tech Services department here at the library, and that means not that we work with the computers, but we work with the collection. We maintain the collection, and we start off with adding the materials to the computer and make sure that the records are available so that when you search for books, you can find what you're looking for. We also maintain the present collection in that we weed out books that are out of date or damaged or people just aren't interested in checking out anymore. So we applied this past December for a grant in order to add to our collection development, and we're lucky enough to be rewarded with that grant. And so as we were weeding through the collection last year, we narrowed down the areas that needed replacing. And so for this grant, we are going to be adding to our collection art, languages, religion, sociology, and technology, as well as replacing some of our classic titles and titles that we are missing in collections. So like today, we want to talk to you about some of the books that we've started to get in, and we're starting off with our technology. We've got quite a few on the computers. MacBooks for Dummies, that helps with, that's the computers that the children have at school, or used to have at school. They don't do their. And now we have Teach Yourself Visually Zoom. So if you've had any Zoom meetings and not been able to deal with that, there's your guide. Next is Teach Yourself Visually Chromebook, which is the computers that the kids have in Baldwin County now. These Teach Yourself Visuallys are great because they actually break down and show you the actual page and where you need to click and that kind of stuff. So they are very visual and help interpret when you're trying to learn. Another one, Teach Yourself Visually, the Google Workspace. That's maximize docs, sheets, and slides. Help use calendars and contacts. And then of course the old Alexa for Dummies. So if you have one of these Alexas in your house. Facebook for Dummies, to help you navigate around Facebook. Next one, Overcoming Internet Addiction for Dummies. Understand the problem of internet addiction, combat video game and screen overuse and addiction. Create a healthy tech life balance. Another one, Manage Your Content and Devices. This is an Android book that tells you how to work on your smartphones, tablets, and smartwatches, as opposed to Apple products. Another, Google Drives and Docs in 30 Minutes, the unofficial guide to Google Drive, Docs, Sheets, and Slides. Another one, You Are What You Click, How Being Selective, Positive, and Creative Can Transform Your Social Media Experience. Okay, I'm getting some sociology books. A Quarantine Life from Cholera to COVID-19, What Pandemics Teach Us About Parenting, Work, Life, and Communities from the 1700s to today. That's by Carrie Nixon. Demystifying Disability, What to Know, What to Say, and How to Be an Ally by Emily Ladeau. An Approachable Guide to Being a Thoughtful, Informed Ally to Disabled People with Actionable Steps for what to say and do, and what not to do, and how you can help make the world a more accessible, inclusive place. The NFT Handbook, How to Create, Sell, and Buy Non-Fungible Tokens. This is kind of in league with cryptocurrency and crypto blockchains, crypto technology, that kind of thing. This, the Anti-Sewing Squad Guide to Mass Making, Radical Care, and Racial Justice with Christina Wong and Rebecca Solnit. It talks about the Asian Americans and what's happened to them since the pandemic and how they've dealt with it. Shut Down: How COVID Shook the World's Economy by Adam Tooze. A depth synthesis of global finance, politics, and business into a tour de force account of the year that challenged everyone, from the acclaimed author of Crashed. Kind of timely, awful subject. The End of Bias: A Beginning in the Science and Practice of Overcoming Unconscious Bias by Jessica Nordell. Cute little one that's going into our reference department, Quick and Legal Will book. These NOLO guides are terrific, and they have actual printable or downloadable forms. They tell you where to find those to download them. Another NOLO guide, Making Your Own Living Trust. Avoid probate, understand how living trusts work, and learn how to transfer property into your trust. Another one with downloadable forms. And one more, It's Your Funeral. Plan the celebration of a lifetime before it's too late, Kathy Benjamin. It's a fun way to think about it.
All right, and then we're moving on. The next section is languages. So the first book that we have is the Gallup Dictionary of American Sign Language. This is a very big book. It's great. It's got lots of illustrations for learning sign language. Right. Then we have Unlocking Mandarin Chinese with Paul Noble, Your Key to Language Success. The Illustrated Histories of Everyday Expressions, discovering the stories behind the English language's 64 most popular idioms, such as let the cat out of the bag. So if you've ever wondered all those weird sayings that we have, where they come from, this will give you the history. It's very interesting. This was Learn Korean through K-dramas. So if you're interested in Korean, if you've already started, this is a great guide that takes you through YouTube videos and dialogue from some popular K-dramas to help you sort of reinforce those skills of vocabulary and grammar.
Yeah, if you've watched Squid Games.
Exactly. So now this is the first in the religion section that we're adding. Buddhism, The Complete Guide to Buddhism and Meditation to Relieve Stress, a personal exploration of Buddhism in today's world. That's by Brooke Herring. Also have Taoism for Beginners, Understand and Apply the Taoist Principles and Practices by Jane Rivers. Also in that section we have The Jesus Music by Marshall Terrell. It's a visual story of redemption as told by those who lived it. Takes a look at the 50-year-old history of contemporary Christian music and the artists that have really made a name in that. We also have After Jesus, Before Christianity, a historical exploration of the first 2 centuries of Jesus' movements.
Some heavy ones.
Yeah. All right. This one is How to Be a Perfect Stranger, the Essential Religious Etiquette Handbook. It's winner of the Best Reference Book of the Year award.
Well,
All right. Then we have If Jesus Gave a TED Talk. That's by Charles Stone. It looks at 8 neuroscience principles that the master teacher used to persuade his audience. All right, and then finally we've got some art books. This one looks at art and true crime. It's called Stealing the Show, A History of Art and Crime in 6 Different Thefts. That's by John Borelli. We've got The Devil in the Gallery, How Scandal, Shock, and Rivalry Shaped the Art World by Noah Charney. Also another true crime art history book. Then this book is called Women in the Picture, What Culture Does with Female Bodies. That's by Catherine McCormick. We have this book, A New Way of Seeing the history of art in 57 works. We have The Art of Neil Gaiman and Charles Vess, and their work Stardust. It's an informal history by Charles Vess. This has a lot of very interesting illustrations looking at their work and their collaboration. We have Draw Your World, How to Sketch and Paint Your Remarkable Life. That's by Samantha Dion Baker. Paint Every Little Thing. Paint all your favorite things in watercolor, gouache, ink, and more. This is another painting book, Watercolor 365, Daily Tips, Tricks, and Techniques. And then finally, Make Great Art on Your iPad. Tools, tips, and tricks for using Adobe Photoshop Sketch, Procreate, ArtRage, and many more.
So come by and check out our books, and you can tell they're from our LSTA grant. They're going to have a little sticker on there that says LSTA Grant 2020. And if you have any suggestions of subjects in those particular areas, art, religion, language, technology, and sociology, come by the circulation desk and get a suggestion form to fill out, and they'll send it on to us so we can consider those subject matters, because we're interested in what you're interested in. Thanks for joining us. Bye.
Bye.